So luckily we finally arrived at the hospital.
Yeah, but I think we need to like take him back. I did a walkthrough. I say I.
We did a walkthrough.
We did a walkthrough. You know, I was waddling. I don't know how many months.
You were like 35
pregnant.
weeks, I think.
And they're like, okay, we're gonna tell you exactly how it goes. And I even remember Brent being like, wow, this is so comforting because they tell you pull up and valet. And Brent just goes here and you just walk into triage. And what's gonna happen in this triage?
You have a private elevator. They're gonna take
yeah, that's
you
all
up.
it is. All they say is, in triage there's a private elevator and they're gonna take you up to the labor and delivery room. Let me show you where you're gonna birth your child. So in my head, I'm like, okay. I'm gonna walk into triage and I'm gonna like give him my ID from the wallet that we had to go back and get. And I'm just going to be wheelchaired into this beautiful elevator that is going to take me to the land of delivery.
Wrong.
I was like sitting there first of all, in the waiting room.
So there's like this waiting room. There's like a couple other ladies who are like,
so
full-blown pregnant, but like they haven't had contractions yet. The gal at the front desk is kind of just taking her time.
Yeah, I am screaming.
Is it Alli or Allison?
Screaming every 3 minutes. We were down there just sitting in the lobby for how long?
You had at least 3 contractions.
At
so
least
probably
3.
9, 12 minutes, somewhere in that range.
I'm just saying. The movies show something way different than what happens because during mid-contraction, I'm having to walk my happy butt back into triage.
And so triage is just like a holding cell, basically. It's like you get this room and you're back there and to have contractions, not in the lobby.
And it was funny because I get back there and I'm just talking to him and I'm like, I want to, you know, I will tell you the rest of the story later. But long story short, she's like, girl, I don't even know who you are. And I was like, name is Allison. I had to say Allison because that's what's on the insurance card. And I'm sitting here going, I'm in labor. Like, I'm in labor. And they're like, sweetie, we've got to get the midwife. So I need everybody to understand something though. This is very important.
Okay, tell them. I don't know.
Do you know what it is?
No.
I mean, did I read the books?
You read all the books. She was super, super prepared. I promise you that.
Except for one thing, because people told me I didn't need to be prepared.
The breathing exercises.
Not that I didn't need to be prepared, but like they told me there's gonna be nurses there and they're gonna walk you through exactly what to do and how to breathe through it and yada yada yeep yeep la. Well, I'm back in this triage place.
Screaming
Bloody murder every 3 minutes, not having a clue how to cope with the situation, and the midwife comes back to check me. So I was still only 3 centimeters dilated. So she comes back and she's like, sweetie, I hate to break it to you, you're not in labor. And
I was like, how's that possible? And she's like, well, labor's technically 5 centimeters dilated or when your water breaks.
And neither of which had happened. And I'm gonna be very clear. If you know me, I don't exactly throw out explicit words very often, but I'm pretty sure I was like, is this not labor? And I was very angry and I was very mad and she would not take me up to this labor and delivery place, but she kept telling me.
I felt like I was like a coach where I had to like get in between the player and the referee and like
but yet I couldn't move.
Things down.
I couldn't move. I was stuck. I was strapped to a bed. It was fine. But long story short, I wasn't in labor. And for 2.5 hours, nobody tells you you're gonna sit.
So we're back there. She checks Alli. The word goes down, and then we're alone for 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. Who does that?
I'm like, at one point when we first got there's like 3-4 nurses and the midwife, and like you're like, oh cool, people are gonna take care of us, and then all of a sudden you're just like isolated and alone again. And I'm like, she's screaming every 3 minutes. I'm like, somebody, like something, please. It's
no.
Whoa.
We were stuck in triage. And I know we're not the only people, so for those of you who need to know, there's this place called Triage, and you may or may not be there for quite some time.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This is just one of 8 videos of Camden's birth story, and we're so thankful that you've checked this one out.
Yeah, and if you want to watch all of them, preferably in order, the playlist is linked below in the description.